Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 16 of Atomic Rumpus. I'm your host, Chris Iacono, and we've got an amazing show lined up for you. We got news, and we got the things, and we got the talkies, and remember last time when I was like, hey, come excited? I hope you came excited, because I'm excited, and it's going to be a great show. The Colorado Cannabis Tasting Room Bill has made its way to the governor's desk. We reported on this about a month ago. As I mentioned, there was a bill making its way through the Senate Committee, House of Representatives, garbage machine that was going to allow possible tasting rooms in Colorado connected to dispensaries. Now, I had a beef with the original bill. I still got a beef with this version of the bill. It's not a good bill. But everybody's acting like it's the first in the nation, and we're making progress. We're not making progress here, everybody. Let me explain to you what's going on. So there is a cannabis tasting room bill that has finally hit the governor's desk. This means that the governor now has the power to veto or approve the bill. If he approves it, boom, you get a little more freedom with a bunch of limitations. If he denies it, boom, it goes back through the process, and congratulations, hundreds of thousands of your tax dollars were just wasted pushing this piece of paper through from committee to committee to committee. What does the bill do? Well, it's a bill number 128B-75XQRZ. I don't know the fucking number. It's some stupid number they added onto the bill. Here's what it does. Under the proposal, just as a brewery has a tasting and tap room, this bill would allow cannabis products to be consumed in an established tasting room adjacent to a licensed cannabis dispensary. Basically, you couldn't open up a cannabis bar. You would have to already have a pre-existing dispensary. Number two, you have to create a room that's linked to your existing dispensary. Then, big if the governor signs this bill, you will be allowed to sell people a separate and different amount of cannabis in that tasting room for consumption only in that tasting room. Up to 3.5 grams of flour, up to 1 gram of concentrates, and up to 10 milligrams of edibles. But I want to be perfectly clear about this. You cannot smoke any of it. What are you maybe saying to yourself? What do you mean? I thought it was the cannabis tasting room. How am I supposed to taste cannabis if I can't smoke it? Hey, welcome to government. You will be allowed to vape. You can't smoke it because of, again, the stupid Colorado Clean Air Act that prohibits combustion in any business in Colorado. So because of this stupid bill that they passed like 10 years ago that was meant to stop smoking cigarettes in bars, we will never, ever, ever, ever be able to smoke cannabis in a business. Anything you consume in there, the edibles, the concentrates, or the flour, you can vape the flour. You'll have to buy at the dispensary. You can't walk into the tasting room with your own cannabis that you brought from somewhere else, and anything that you buy to consume in the tasting room, you're not allowed to leave with. Wow. Why are we even passing this bill? This is stupid. You want to know who else is opposed to it? Oh, let's see who else is opposed to it. Obviously, the Colorado State Patrol. Yeah, okay. And the Cancer Action Network. I didn't know we had a Cancer Action Network. Apparently, they suck too. I mean, I never really wanted to say like, oh, screw this cancer group, but really, screw this cancer group. I'm opposed to the bill because I don't think it goes far enough. I think you should be allowed to eat mushrooms while somebody pours liquid nitrogen down your throat in a business if you want to. I don't care. It's a business. It's your body. You do whatever the hell you want. I'm opposing it because it doesn't go far enough and doesn't give you enough freedom. I'm sure these people, the cops and the Cancer Network, are opposed to it because they don't want you to have more freedom. And obviously, something about the children. Protect the children. So the police are concerned about impaired driving, and the Cancer Action Network, that sounds like such a crazy group. Like, Cancer Action Network, haha. My God, the worst group of superheroes I ever seen. You're getting robbed in an alley at gunpoint. Who rolls up? The Cancer Action Network. It's a bunch of people on defibrillators and breathing machines with stage 19 lung cancer. Who wants them helping you out? That's why this group is so pissed off. They're the worst superheroes out there. Marvel didn't want a movie out of them. God, that had to be the worst pitch meeting ever. You got a bunch of Marvel executives sitting in a room thinking they're going to get the next superhero trio. In rolls the Cancer Action Network, up in everybody's business, not letting you smoke nothing that you want, rolling up like 5 committees deep, just mucking the place up. Cancer Action Network. How do you sell a movie like that? You don't. Well, Mr. Executive, I'm the leader of the Cancer Action Network. I fight evil by getting up in everybody's business and telling them to put on sunscreen until they get so frustrated they throw their arms up in anger and proclaim, I thought this was America. I do this until they lose their minds. These are my 2 sidekicks, Breathing Machine Girl and Warning Label Joe. There are no more cartoon camels because of him. Did you know that? Cancer Action Network. Marvel was all like, nope, pass. Douchebags. That's what they are. Just a bunch of douchebags. Here's what they had to say. They opposed the bill, and I quote, because it exposes people to dangerous secondhand marijuana smoke, including e-cigarette aerosol. We don't think lawmakers should risk the short or long-term health of Colorado residents and tourists by allowing people to use marijuana in public. Okay. Hey, listen up, Cancer Action Network. Number 1, it ain't public, okay? It's a private business. You don't own this business. You didn't build this business. You didn't risk tens of thousands of dollars of your own money and your own time building a business. So guess what? You don't get to tell people what they can and can't consume in their business. Nobody's up in your business. Get your nose out of other people's business, okay? Very basic rules here. Oh my God. First is secondhand smoke. Now it's secondhand vaping. Look, the only effect that you're going to suffer from being around secondhand vaping is being around somebody who vapes. If you want to protect your children from secondhand cannabis smoke, then don't let them leave the fucking house, okay? Keep them inside, keep them locked in a bubble, and then they will never experience the fucking world. All right, so this bill, HB 285, fucking whatever, is on the governor's desk. I got no idea what he's going to do with it. I hope he sticks it up his ass. Roll it up and stick it up your ass. That's what you do with this stupid bill that lets people do everything but smoke cannabis in the tasting room. How the fuck you going to taste it if you can't fucking taste it? I'm allowed to go into this room and you'll wave it under my nose? Hey, $20. Oh boy, what a week. So, we got a bad message this week, and I know we just did this on another show, but we gotta move again.
What?
Yes, Nadine and I have gotta move houses again.
You just finally unpacked your final box, like
I feel
yesterday.
forced into a gypsy life that I've not chosen for myself.
I mean, you could say there are no accidents, and this was chosen for you.
This will be
think it was.
our 3rd place together before our 2nd anniversary.
So you've had more houses than you've had years of union.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So I guess, they say like stressful situations either make or break a relationship. So you guys got to be pretty rock solid with all the turmoil.
Yeah, we've had a couple. There have been a few more like, what do you mean? But that's it. But that's about as far as it goes.
Why is every box a miscellaneous box?
Yeah. That was me yesterday. I was like, "Where's the eBay box?"
Yeah.
Where's the eBay box?
I was like, I woke up this morning. I thought the cats got caught under a box. It was like, so okay. And we talked. If you've been listening to the show for a while, there was an older episode. Go back about a year.
Not even.
No, actually, go back 15 months, 12 months.
Hit like the 15-second back thing like 5 times,
Yeah.
and they've already. That's another move.
Yeah, and then we were talking about a move. We moved out of the Leaky Greek place into this new awesome house.
The leaky Greeky.
The Leaky Greeky. The Leaky Greeky shithole. The Leaky Greeky moldy shithole.
With
We
the
moved
murder
out of
room.
that. We moved out of that.
That had the murder room.
That had the murder room, yeah. And because it was leaky and squeaky and sucked. Murdery. And we moved into this awesome place. And this, this guy, we asked him, we said, look, dude, that's telling, but it was like,
Look, sir or ma'am.
Look, man. I said, hey, we just had to leave this place because it was bad. We want to stay somewhere for 2 or 3 years while we save up for a house. We don't want to have to move again. It messes up our businesses. I have a studio to set up. Nadine's got a business to run. I have a business to run. We have offices. You know what I mean? Like, we do a lot of stuff from home, so it's a big move. And we said, are you going to keep the house? We want to be here for 2 or 3 years. And he tells us up and down, this is going to be my retirement place. I'm going to keep it forever. I love it here. You guys are great. He even gave us a $50 gift card for Bed Bath & Beyond. I've never gotten that from a landlord in my life. That was amazing.
I get that in the mail like every 2 weeks.
Well, we thought everything was nice, and we're coming up on lease renewal after year 1. He made us sign a 15-month lease, and then we get an email, stupid email, Monday morning, first thing. Sorry to inform you, as per Clause 5, 85D in the lease that you signed, I could sell the house and you get the fuck out. That's it. That's what he said.
So you had to know you were getting into trouble when you leased from the Swedish Chef of the Muppets. Like, that's your first red flag right there. It's like, dude, you have a hand up your ass.
We thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's a famous chef. He's going to let us stay here, but no.
Waka waka.
Muppets never
We
lie.
gotta move again.
Muppets don't lie. Little did I know.
Muppets lie all the time.
Son of a bitch.
They lie about it being real and they're not real.
Yeah, so we're moving again, and Brando got here. Half the stuff is in boxes again.
It is. So when do you finally just say fuck it and buy a caravan, a periwinkle blue caravan, and don a fedora and take
There's
up
not
bare
enough
knuckle
room
brawling?
for us to do our other work.
If I could somehow pick a mobile caravan that had mobile internet,
all
and
caravans
studio.
are mobile. That's the point of a caravan.
I am determined to pull something positive out of this. Like, in my business, I'm going to do some kind of decoding landlords and rental situations kind of workbook. I'm going to do something with this forced bullshit wisdom education that I have in the rental department.
Yeah, we have moved so much. Nadine is on her 25th move.
4th or 5th.
And I'm on my 24th move.
I picture you guys packing like when they do the montage of people cleaning up a room and everybody's moving super fast, because it's fast forward. That's how I picture you guys packing. Like, you all know what to pack in what box, and you operate completely seamlessly.
I don't feel like that. No. It pisses
Chris
me
throws
off.
a vase in the air without looking. Nadine catches it with one hand, also while not looking, and puts it in a box.
It's a shit show every time.
No, people, that sounds like when people would say to me, "Oh, you've lived in New Orleans your whole life. You must be used to the heat, huh?" No, I'm not used to it. It is equally as miserable to you as it is to me. I'm not used to it. It's just hot as hell. You don't get used to that. It doesn't feel good.
It'd be like someone walking up and being like, "Moved enough yet?" How you like that move?
People do that?
Yeah, we're hot enough for you? Yeah, douchebag. And I'm dying. I'm dying in the desert. It's hot enough for me. They move enough yet?
I don't move easy. It's like a huge upheaval. It takes me a couple months to get settled again.
Yeah, and the studio is a pain in the ass to run all these wires again and set it up, and I got to run checks and it takes a good 2 weeks. Don't worry, the show will be coming out. We're recording a bunch today, and we're gonna get it all in there.
We're gonna work really hard.
Hopefully, yeah. Worst case scenario, there'll be 1 week where nothing comes out, and then the next week 2 shows will come out to make up for it. But it's such a pain. So we went from we found a place. We went from Monday email to signing a lease Thursday, and boom, we found a spot. And here's what I think.
Pretty good.
I believe in the universe now. Nadine has taught me that we go with the flow. I've also been listening to a lot of Alan Watts. If you're really into philosophy and you want some awesome motivational and spiritual stuff to fall asleep to, Alan Watts. Big point of some of his things are don't resist what the universe is telling you. Be like water. When water flows and water hits a rock, water doesn't say, damn it, I need to get over this rock. Water just gradually moves in another direction.
All right, I'm going to have to just minor pedantic correction. Alan Watts did not fucking say that. That's Bruce Lee. That's a quote from Bruce Lee.
No. But it's a quote from Bruce Lee because it's part of Eastern philosophy and Zen Buddhism.
Yes.
And Alan Watts is a Zen Buddhist who brought it to a Western.
To attribute it to Bruce Lee.
No, he talks about. He uses
will karate kick you if you do not attribute that.
I am
to Bruce
not
Lee.
attributing that to Bruce Lee.
I am going to.
What did Bruce Lee say?
Egg foo young you.
What did Bruce Lee say?
Be water, and then all the other shit you just said.
I think you're making that up.
Man, I will. Hold on.
Go ahead, find the thing.
I'm going to pull this up.
Here's what Alan Watts says. He talks about how water doesn't resist stuff. Bruce Lee was talking about be water in flowing and fighting. Both of them are Zenless. They both stole it from Buddhism. Okay? Yes, they did.
Bruce Lee didn't steal anything.
Yes, he did.
People steal from Bruce Lee.
If anybody...
God, that's the second button we hit today.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Bruce?
Puma Cats?
Bruce
or
Lee.
Bob
Puma
Ross.
Cats. Bob Ross, yeah.
Bruce Lee
Those
and
are
Bob
those
Ross.
are my two heroes. You can't
Hold on.
disillusion me.
Anybody who's talking about
Water and rocks
is stealing it from the Buddhists. Yes, absolutely.
I don't think that's true.
The be like water analogy is like 2,000 years old. Alan Watts did not come up with it. I'm simply saying that Alan Watts presents the be like water thing in a different way.
So all
than
I'm
Bruce Lee
doing
did.
is I just typed Google search be water.
Okay.
First result that comes up. Bruce Lee, be as water, my friend. Video.
Okay.
Quotes by Bruce Lee. You
Play
must
it.
be shapeless, formless, like water. When you pour water in a cup, it becomes the cup. When you pour water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. When you pour water in a teapot, hold on, that's where the Google preview ends.
Okay.
Hold on, no, you must become the teapot.
You must become the
Water
teapot.
can drip and it can crash. Become like water, my friend.
Okay. Alan Watts is not saying anything remotely like that about water.
Then he's misquoting Bruce Lee. He should learn better how to quote Bruce Lee.
Here's my point. My point is I am trying to be like Alan Watts' version of water and accepting what the universe gives me and saying, okay, we hit a rock and I'm being pushed in this other direction. And here's why I think it. We looked at a bunch of places all week and there was a house for rent that was about 2 blocks away from this one. That would be the perfect move for us. We could literally walk boxes over there. The van would be no cost whatsoever. We could run boxes back and forth. It would be a much easier move. And it was also a little bit bigger and just about the same price. It was perfect. We go over, we look at it, we realize it's perfect. I say to the guy, I bring him up back. I'm like, hey, I pull my checkbook out. I'm like, how much do we got to give you right now? I'll write the rent out, hold it for us, put us first in line. That's how you get deals done. You put up or shut up. I was ready to put up money. The guy gets all like, well, here, take an application and we'll let you know. There were 2 other people looking at the place with us. I email, he says, yeah, you got it. No problem. Just send me an email and we'll get you locked in. I sent him an email or a text message like 10 minutes later. We think we got it. We've looked at like 10 houses that day. Ooh, high spirits. Let's go get a drink. We're high-fiving. He calls me back and he's like, oh, hey, man, I got bad news. Yeah, those other 2 guys that were here looking at it, they heard that you wanted it. So they offered me $100 more a month.
Oh, Jesus.
And they paid for the full year up front. And I was like, bah, 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 bah.
So you know what you do in that situation? You Bruce Lee his ass.
Nothing we could do. But what is that saying? That's saying we wanted a place, we were about to pay for it. Some of the dudes took it. Sure, we could get pissed about it, but you know what? Something was telling us, get out of this neighborhood. Go to another neighborhood. And we found 2 days later a place that was 10 times as good, twice as big, in a better location. Mm-hmm. So I think that a meteor is going to hit this part of Denver and the universe got us out in time, or some flood, something. I think something was getting us out of this neighborhood.
So you're wishing ill death upon everybody in this neighborhood because you were kicked out and you feel pretty bitter about that.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Just so I know, this is Buddhism Zen by Chris.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. Yes. The that Chinese satellite is going to fall right on this whole block.
The Chinese satellite.
Chinese satellite.
I don't necessarily endorse that idea. That's all.
Something wanted the universe wanted us out of this neighborhood, baby.
Maybe the universe was responding to all the neighbors' requests. Maybe it wasn't you they're looking out for.
They're like, that goddamn house. There's 3 of them down there screaming every week. What are they doing?
Well,
get them out.
The move will be a pain in the ass, but I love where we are. I'm excited to be
We
there.
are living in a much more awesome place and neighborhood. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a pain in the ass, but we'll do it. We're professional
we got
movers
it.
at this
Yeah,
point.
you are.
Oy. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Oh yeah, what a week it's been. I gotta say, we have hit our first Patreon goal. Oh yeah, that's right. We called for it and you made it possible. I just wanted to thank everybody out there, all the Patreons at every single level. You guys are amazing. You made this happen. We have hit our $100 a month Patreon goal. Thank you so much, guys. It means the world to me, to us, to the show. You are truly helping to keep the show going and funding it and keeping the comedy and the information flowing. Really, like, we need your support, and you came through. So yeah, now that we hit $100, I'm going to be doing a one-time live stream smoke sesh for all of the Patreon members at every level this month. I'm going to send out a message to everybody on Patreon. It's going to be live streamed out video, asking me questions, saying the things. We all hang out together. It'll be like a big old party. You know, probably like 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know how long I could talk to a camera by myself, like at words, but I'm going to do it. And you're going to be there, and we're going to have an amazing time, and it's going to be wonderful. So if you want to be part of that, you go to the Patreon, become a member, get a bunch of premium content. You can start chatting with us, and you can get access to that. If you can't make it at the scheduled time, don't sweat it. We're going to archive it. It's going to be up on the Patreon forever. So just wanted to thank you, listeners, for your support. You guys are amazing. And also, we got 2 new Patreons from April. So special thanks to Ashley Lockwood. Thank you, Miss Lockwood. You're amazing. Thank you for the support. You sound a little bit like a Dungeons & Dragons character. If I created a campaign with elves in the woods, one of them would be named Lockwood. Just telling you that. FYI. So thank you very much for your support. And another special shout out to Miss Monique Bostic. Thank you, Monique. You are also truly amazing for your support. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Now I got to think of something funny about your name too. I don't know, Monique Bostic. Bostic. You sound like maybe you host like a daytime talk show, which is not the case. I'm the one that hosts the daytime talk show. But you got the name, Monique. I ain't got no fancy name like Monique. You do. So congrats to you. And congrats to us for hitting our first goal, 100 smackaroos. We're going to put up more goals too. We're going to have like a $250 a month goal, and then we'll have a $500 a month goal, and then $1,000, blah, 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 until we get this thing totally cranking. So I just wanted to thank everybody who's been with us from the beginning, and even the newcomers. The show could not be possible without you. Thank you so much. If you feel up to it and you want to support the show, please check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Atomic Rumpus. By becoming a member, you will get access to premium exclusive content that is not released publicly, okay? Special episodes that are full length, outtakes, clips that aren't heard anywhere else, behind the scenes footage and content. Now people are going to get live streams. We've got digital art, all that stuff. Just go check it out at patreon.com/Atomic Rumpus. So we've got a news article, a breakthrough news. Science, again, scientists have discovered something.
Science. I think we should have to sing it. Every time we say science, we should have to sing it.
Every time. So,
brought to you by Science.
There's been a breakthrough in energy storage technology for electronic vehicles, and they now may be able to travel as long as gas-powered cars.
Although not yet.
Not yet.
They're like 5 years away. It seems like science is always 5 years away from something like revolutionary. Like they're going to cure cancer in 5 years. They're still like 5 years away from making this a thing. So
but travel where?
Wherever you want to go.
Wherever your horse doesn't go.
Which is everywhere because nobody rides fucking horses.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. So instead of like, it's a new way to like, so they've already have this technology. Like they have what are they called? Super capacitors.
Yeah,
that are great at like dispensing energy real quick, and they absorb energy real quick, so they can charge fast. They just don't hold a whole lot. So that's their big limitation. Combined with the lithium batteries, is that they hold like a minute worth of charge.
Totally.
So this new thing that they came up with by adding like layers of graphene helps, instead of like it actually generates like an electric field, and that electric field can hold a larger amount of energy to disperse on a quicker level than like the lithium batteries. So they haven't done it like for long term yet. They've only done it like, I guess it started as like a soft contact lens material that they discovered also holds energy.
Well, they're saying that the energy is gonna like charge. The cars can charge in like minutes now.
Yeah, because that type of super capacitor charges a lot quicker.
Yeah, because you always see that hippie that's at it's like, I gotta find an electronic charging station, and then there's like one every 20 miles.
Right.
Yeah.
And you gotta wait like 3 hours for your car to charge.
Right, and then you always run the risk of like running out of battery, like I do with my phone. I'm like, shit,
and
I need to charge
that's scary.
the car.
Like it's one thing being like New Orleans or Houston, I think about that would work because there's people around. But you're going to go up into the mountains and stuff out here. That's terrifying.
Now they need to hook that into the like solar. They're trying to figure that out. They're trying to. So eventually they're working on, again, it's like nanotech is doing everything. They're going to put charging particles in paint. Then they're going to paint the car with a paint that's actually absorbing the solar power, and the paint
That's a good idea.
acts as the paint particles. Nanotech converts, and then that actually powers. They're going to paint houses with it eventually, and all this crazy stuff.
They're also trying to do it so when you brake on those cars, the braking creates friction, which creates energy, and they're harnessing that energy to go back into the charge.
The whole thing.
So
make it super efficient. Well, we're going to run out of gas soon. It's happening. I mean, we're not going to. Gasoline is not going to last forever. Coal is not going to last forever.
See, I think this is kind of going back to your point where you think everyone should ride horses. But this directly contradicts that, because now we're not going to have to, since we can paint. I think traffic is abysmal to mental health. It is. Yeah. But we're going to have automated cars, so traffic won't be a thing anymore.
I think it's abysmal for human productivity to waste 45 minutes in a car when you could be doing anything else.
Well, you could say that about doing anything, though. Like when I'm in a car, I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm listening to podcasts.
Yeah, okay,
we're listening to Atomic Rumpus.
Sure, but
what better way?
People think that your electronic car will allow you to sit back. Everything in the U.S. and everything in the world is pointing to no. You will still have to be in the driver's seat, ready to take control at any moment.
Right now. But actually this new, I don't remember what state, they passed a thing that says you don't have to be that anymore. Like you can actually, for a fully automated car, you can actually be in the back seat.
I think we're really far off from that, because then every other car on the road has got to also be an automated car and the whole nine. No. So and this is why I advocated for us bringing back horses. Again, we've lost this human contact and this human touch. We have warped everything with this easily traveled distance. Even though flight is amazing, being able to send somebody a package across the country is amazing, I don't think the fact that we're stuck in cars all day has benefited society at all. I think we've outsourced everything now to the point where cities and more than half of humanity doesn't get their food locally enough for them to survive more than 3 days.
See, now it depends on the way you define beneficial, because I would say it's much more beneficial in that it expands, you can get medicines from other places now that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. You don't have to send a person with a pot on their head to go get clean water.
Incorrect. 400 years ago, before cars, before planes, before all this, we absolutely transported medicines and furs and spices. It took a lot longer. And I think that was okay, because what it incentivized people to create those things closer to them. Well, hey, why would I want to wait 3 months for this meat when I'll take care of some goats here?
Yeah, the average lifespan was like 20 years, right?
Yeah, but that is
because people died of famine and they died of infection.
Hold on. That's pre-germ theory. That's the only reason people died en masse, was because we didn't know about germs. Okay, so you can't equate long distance travel for fruits and vegetables to people dying. People
So what you're
dying.
You're
People were dying because we didn't understand germs back then.
You're saying we should have all of our, if we just tomorrow decided to go back to primitive time, we still have all of our knowledge and all of our thing. If we decided we were going to stop using cars, stop using computers, and just go back to being on horseback and being these closed societies, that would be the way to go.
I think it would be beneficial, because now we'd be able to use our technology, and every single city would probably have its own local farm in the city. We'd have hydroponics farms every 5 blocks, which is better than having to use gasoline to get avocados from 1,000 miles away. Why the hell are we shipping avocados 1,000 miles when we could just have a hydroponics farm on the block and grow them right here?
But then you're creating more of a closed society, but you're also eliminating, like, I can't go and see a friend that lives on a different, I won't even meet other people that live in different continents because how am I going to get there on horse? So you're creating a close society where I know everybody in the village. Yeah, cool. We're all friends. But that's detrimental in the other way, in that now I can't experience other cultures. I can't talk to somebody that lives in a village on the other side of the world.
You can. You take a boat.
A boat.
Take a boat.
So we'll be a different set of people by the time we get there.
Yeah, or a plane. It's just I just
so we can
don't
still have planes.
Yeah,
now.
You can do
okay,
it.
Now you're adding caveats.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying like ultimate dictatorship, no planes, no buses, no trucks. I'm just saying that with the removal of cars or focusing more on local stuff, I think overall we have a much better society because we've arbitrarily, like cities are essentially unsustainable without vehicles. And that's a problem because people will die in the cities without vehicles bringing them their food, and that's sad.
So you're arguing that the Industrial Revolution is really becoming a much more detrimental idea than it's beneficial. So we should go back to the pre-Industrial Revolution days.
Yeah, I'm saying you do what you want.
Some of those ideas probably aren't terrible. But it's never going to happen. Like we're never going to go backwards as a society.
No, we won't. I'm saying, but there are plenty of communities that do a lot of things locally.
You know what they're called? Cults. They also worship like aliens and they drink Kool-Aid.
No, not necessarily. Look, the cities are point blank, they are unsustainable. There's a reason that cigarettes are $14 a pack in Manhattan.
Yeah, because New Yorkers are retarded.
No, it's because of the city bureaucracy and the fact that no one grows their own food, that literally everything in Manhattan needs to be shipped hundreds of miles to get there. It's unsustainable.
It depends on what you mean. Unsustainable, it's just been sustained for hundreds of years. It's going to continue to grow to sustain itself. It's unsustainable in its current form, but that's why it keeps evolving. Eventually, we're all going to overpopulate the planet anyway. It doesn't matter if we have cars or we don't have cars. All of our natural resources are eventually going to go away. So it doesn't ultimately matter. It's really what makes you the happiest today. If you want to ride a horse, ride a horse. I like driving. I think it's fun. I like my car. I like my radio. I like my technology. I want to have your virtual reality pornography.
Yeah,
I want to talk to somebody in China who likes tentacle porn. That's my choice.
I am ready to walk to lunch.
Thanks for listening to the show. Help spread the word by sharing us on social media or leaving us an awesome 5-star review on iTunes. Every share and every review helps. Check us out at patreon.com/Atomic Rumpus. Have an awesome week.